So good morning, Farmville. We're gonna look at some news and try to come up with some interesting stories for the day.
Always welcoming your calls too.
And you can call at 434-394-0924. You're listening to WFLO, the Call Flow Show. Hey, that was pretty good timing, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Well, thank you very much.
Very good.
Now I'm lost in where we go now. What should we do? What interests you the most?
We usually do Today in History, so we can do that.
Okay, so you're saying if that's what we usually do, we should just do it again because it seemed to work at some point in time?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Do you want me to be quiet now?
Something different every day.
Touche. All right, it is March 16th, the 75th day of 2023, and there are 290 days left in the year.
But who's counting, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Huh.
I know some Christmas people, but they always count it to Christmas, not to the end of the year.
I'm a Christmas person.
You are. I would have guessed that that's
my
true.
birthday's on Christmas Day, so I'm a Christmas person. But I don't usually count it up to Christmas time.
Really?
No.
You decorate a lot?
I do.
Your house inside and out, or
no, not much outside because we're back in the woods, and the only creatures who really see it are the deer and the.
I'm sure
antelope,
Alicia and I would like. I think we can see all the way down there in the wintertime.
Yeah.
I'll probably see the lights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we see the lights on your deck.
Oh, is that why you that? Should we turn those off?
It doesn't matter to me. That's up to you.
Oh, okay. I just wasn't sure. You'd said something about they're always on, and so I'm like, uh-oh.
Well,
maybe she thinks we're wasting electricity, or I was really worried about is that maybe it was ruining your stargazing.
No.
No? Okay.
No, we have to be at a certain point somewhere where the trees aren't blocking the stars.
I grew up like that. I was in the middle of the Prescott Forest, but I remember, you peek through and you see this amazingly beautiful sky, and you kind of wish you could see it all.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
So let's see what's happening on this day in history. You want to read this one?
Well, I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go back to 1521. Portuguese explorer Ferdinand Magellan and his crew reached the Philippines, where Magellan was killed during a battle with natives the following month. So.
Wow.
I didn't really realize that. In 1802, President Thomas Jefferson signed a measure authorizing the establishment of the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, New York. 1935, Adolf Hitler decided to break the military terms set by the Treaty of Versailles by ordering the rearming of Germany.
Man. Versailles. I butchered that the other day, and which is sad because I watched the series. Did you watch the?
No, I didn't.
Versailles? It was excellent. It was actually really well acted and well directed and pretty well written.
1945, during World War II, American forces declared they had secured Iwo Jima, although pockets of Japanese resistance remained.
I've seen some things where there was, they're fiction, I think. A lot of these, or there were some left over for decades.
Yes.
Still thinking they're at war.
They're at war.
Pretty scary.
Yeah. 1968, Senator Robert F. Kennedy of New York announced his candidacy for the Democratic presidential nomination.
How did that turn out? I'm just... Sorry about that one.
Oh, it's good. 1972, in a nationally broadcast address, President Richard Nixon called for a moratorium on court-ordered school busing to achieve racial desegregation. 1984, William Buckley, the CIA station chief in Beirut, was kidnapped by Hezbollah militants. He was tortured by his captors and killed in 1985.
That's crazy. Any kind of torture just bugs me.
It is
it
torture,
really does.
Yeah.
And sad that there's whole
That people do that to
departments,
each other, yeah.
you know, coming up with new ways to torture and kill.
1994, figure skater Tanya Harding pleaded
Oh.
guilty in Portland, Oregon, to conspiracy to hinder prosecution for covering up an attack on rival Nancy Kerrigan, avoiding jail but drawing a $100,000 fine.
I remember this so vividly. It was
Yeah.
just such a circus, but and again, it's one of those baffles me the extent people will go to appease their egos. It's
right.
amazing.
2004, China declared victory in its first fight against bird flu, saying it had stamped out all its known cases.
Yeah, they have a tendency to say things like that. And China was. It was interesting in China. One of the best topics I used to bring up for dinners was, what do you guys think about the Taiwan-Chinese relationship? Because they were so separated, down, you know, and they'd all, you know, for days were getting along. It's all, it's all going well. That's the one that separates them.
That's right. 2014, Crimeans voted to leave Ukraine and join Russia, overwhelmingly approving a referendum that sought to unite the strategically important Black Sea region with the country it was part of for some 250 years.
The irony
of it all, yeah. 2016, Barack Obama nominated Merrick Garland to take a seat of the Supreme Court Justice Antonia Scalia, or Antoine. It's Antonin, Scalia, who died the previous month. Republicans who controlled the Senate would stick to their pledge to have the seat empty until after the presidential election. They confirmed Trump nominee Neil Gorsuch in April of 2017.
Oops.
And I still believe that Scalia was, or Scalia, however you want to pronounce it.
However.
Yeah. Was that death was not accidental.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd never heard that.
Yeah, and they cremated him
Immediately following
afterwards,
the event.
Yes. Yeah. That's my opinion.
Wow. This is great. I hope we're disseminating, rumors here. That would be the best.
Yeah. Anyway.
You heard it here first on WFLO. By Chris,
I just always thought it was very suspicious.
That's WOOD. Oh well. Interesting. Yeah, I'd never heard of any kind of controversy.
Kind of felt like it was
right on. Want me to take
suspicious. In 2020, global stocks plunged again amid coronavirus concerns, with Wall Street seeing 12% decline. It's worse in more than 30 years. The S&P 500 was down 30% from its record set less than a month earlier. Ohio called off its presidential primary just hours before polls were to open, but Arizona, Florida, and Illinois went ahead with their plans.
Wow.
So there you go.
It's amazing that we're coming through. It's amazing how resilient we are and what we go through over and over again. And every time it's a bigger deal than the last. And, yeah. So,
let's see here.
Just never. How about the National Day calendar?
Well, we need to go. We need to go down here to
the birthdays.
Celebrity birthdays.
Ooh,
oh my gosh!
I always forget this.
Yeah, I know. You have to kind of scroll down there and do it. Do you want me to do it, or do you want to do it?
We could take turns.
Okay. Country singer Ray Walker of the Jordanaires. He's 89 years old today.
Wow. Game show host Chuck Woolery. Yeah, is 82.
Mm-hmm. Country singer Robin Williams is 76.
Oh, I thought that. I thought all I saw was Robin Williams, and I was like, yeah.
Actor Eric Estrada, 74.
Wow. Chips, yes.
Yes.
He's still doing stuff, too. He looks pretty good.
He does look good for 74.
For a young guy.
Mm-hmm.
Actor Victor Garber, 74.
Country singer Ray Benson, asleep at the wheel. That's the group, folks. 72.
Bluegrass musician Tim O'Brien from Hot Rise and Earls of Leicester.
Mm-hmm.
You just he's 69. I get it. I
or
missed that
like
little piece of
69, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Singer-musician Nancy Wilson of Heart, 69 today.
I really like her. I like her a lot. I like her voice.
Yep.
I like that band.
got it.
Guitar player's amazing. World Golf Hall of Famer Hollis Stacy is 69 today.
Actor Clifton Powell is 67.
Rapper, actor, Flavor Flav or Flavor Flav.
No, it's Flavor Flav.
It is?
Yeah,
Sure.
right. Yeah.
Flavor Flav is 64.
Let's see. Rock musician Jimmy DeGrasso is 60.
What's he? I can't pull up what he musicianed. If he was a band, who knows? He may have been a writer. Hey, if somebody out there knows, please give us a call and let us know what Jimmy DeGrasso. Is that the one we were talking about?
Yeah, Jimmy DeGrasso.
Great. All right.
Actor Jerome Flynn is 60. Folk singer Patty Griffin is 59.
Nice. Movie director Gore Verbinski. So you did too, just so that you could avoid reading Verbinski.
I didn't do that on purpose. It just
You just.
Well, let's see. I don't know a bunch of these other people.
Yeah, maybe somebody could tell us who these folks are. Tim Kang, actor Brooke Burns. Yeah, none of these are ringing any bells except for.
No.
Oh, no. We have to say this one because this is Chris or John's favorite band of all time. Rock musician Wolfgang Van Halen is, it says 32?
John's laughing.
There's just no way. He's 32.
32 years old, yeah.
Oh, wow. I had no idea. He was just a baby then when he was.
And we'll have our own celebrity birthdays around the Farmville and listening area coming up at a little after 8:30.
Just seems like people are having birthdays all the time.
Well, sure.
Oh, my.
That's what they do.
Where is our time? Oh, so we got a few minutes before we are going to do the birthdays. We're just cruising along this morning, but we are also missing our callers. I want to make sure our phones are working and everybody's...
And they know the number, 434-394-0924.
Yes. Let us know you're out there.
We had some news. We were in the news, Farmville.
We were?
Yesterday, High Street.
Really?
Yeah, it was an accident up there, and somebody hit a pole, the electrical pole.
Isn't that kind of hard to do?
Well, I don't know. Anyway, the power was fixed to those folks up on High Street by 9 o'clock yesterday evening, if not before. But along with the electricity that was out, many Chantel customers lost their phones and internet service. So it was a day that, it was a long day for some folks that lived up on the High Street area.
Yes.
So we're glad that they got the power back and the power pole fixed. So kudos to Dominion.
Yeah, we got a generator last year just because we're a little concerned. We had no idea around here how long power may go out, but it seems like it could go out for a while. So
yeah, well, it just depends. We're on the Central Virginia Electric Power Company, and they're usually pretty good about responding and getting.
Oh yeah, I've been really happy
fixed,
with them.
so.
Absolutely, and I think they are trying more energy sources, and not just which I really appreciate. I remember driving out. Where was it? There's a huge solar farm. Do you know where that is?
Yes, it's on Route 60. Excuse me.
Yeah. Okay.
If you go down to Sprouse's Corner and take a right, go down about 8 or 10 miles or so. It's right there on the left and the right.
To me,
Huge.
it's just beautiful. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh yes. Those beautiful sun solar panels. I'd love to have them all.
You would.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll do with that little piece of property between us. I'll just put a bunch of solar panels, right?
Oh.
We could paint them. They're pretty. Always like to. That reminds me. I have to fix our. Have you seen our letters on the front of our fence?
Yes.
You have. Artist Acres is
Yes,
what we're
Artist
calling
Acres.
our property right now. So it's yeah. So we made a bunch of resin letters and put them out there. So today, do you know what today is? Today is
the day before St. Patty's Day. It's the 16th.
My son's birthday is the 19th, so I'm always
okay.
My older sister, she always has a huge party because she is now a Shanahan, and so they
Shanahan, okay.
very much celebrate
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day. Woohoo! Do you celebrate? Any special food?
No, not really. Mm-mm.
You wear green?
Sometimes.
If you think of it. Yeah. Sounds like we're
I
adults or
don't
something.
know if
you
I
know?
have any Irish descent,
Yeah.
tree.
Did you ever
family tree.
do your DNA on Ancestry.com?
No.
I was disappointed. I'm just vanilla. I'm so vanilla. It's just sad. It's just like I come from England and Scotland, that area. Nothing else in me.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think it's right. I just have so much rhythm.
Yes,
it just
I
seems
know
like
you
there
do.
must
Yeah.
have something going on besides just the white boy. Okay. It is National Spray Tanning Day. Always
Okay.
the third Thursday in March.
Okay, spray tanning.
You do that?
No.
It's kind of funny when people do it, and they do it wrong, and they look orange. All right.
Yeah, I knew somebody like that.
Long time ago.
WFLO, you're on the air.
Chris and Larry, top of the morning.
Hey, Barry.
How y'all doing?
Doing good.
It kind of breaks my heart. I'm a former resident of Buckingham County. That's where I was born, raised, and grew up in the county. And I understand, and I don't know anything about the topic. I'm hoping some people can enlighten us on this. But I understand that our Buckingham County Register job is not going to be renewed. Her contract is not going to be renewed in June when her job comes up for renewal. And I've heard a lot of stories on this from individuals that feels like she got a dirty deal. And I'd like to know more about this story because, like I said, I was born, bred, and raised in Buckingham County. And it's sad and it's a shame when people are doing their job and people feel like they're doing their job and doing it well, and then they're terminated. And it really breaks my heart to hear this. I know I don't live over there now. I pay taxes in Cumberland County, and that's where I live now, but it breaks my heart to hear stories like this. I understand it's front page coverage on the Farmer Herald for tomorrow, for yesterday. And I'd like to know more about this story. I'd like to hear from citizens in Buckingham on this story because it really breaks my heart to hear when people are doing their job that they can't come back. And I know what that's like. Doing some volunteer work, was terminated in positions that I was and was given no reason. So I know what it's like to have this happen to you. On a volunteer basis now, And I'm not going to elaborate on the story because, like I said, I know what I done, I know what I did, and I have to answer for it one day, and I'll be proud to answer for what I did in the situation that I was involved in. But I know what it's like to have something like that to happen.
Yes. I think most of us do. At some point in time in our lives, we've been, dealt a bad hand, I suppose is maybe one way to put it. Doesn't make it good, doesn't make it right. It just makes it...
Well, it's sad when you do your job and do it well.
Oh, yeah.
And I've heard from citizens over in Buckingham County, this individual was doing their job and doing it well, and then was, said, okay, we're not going to have you come back. We're not going to renew your contract in June. And it's really sad. Like I said, I don't know the story. I don't know much about it. But I'd like to hear from citizens in my county that I grew up in because it breaks my heart when I hear stories like this happen. And I know it happens all the time to people. And it's really sad and a shame when people try their very best, they do their very best, and then they get done this way. So I'd like to hear from other citizens, especially over in Buckingham, that know more about the story than I do.
Thank you. Thank you for calling, and thank you for bringing that awareness to the area, because this is why we're here.
Yeah, I understand it was front page coverage of the Farmville Herald yesterday, so I don't know. But anyway, if anybody else, and I'm sure hundreds or thousands of people know the story, know more about it than I do, but that's where I was born and, bred over in Buckingham County, and it breaks my heart when I hear stories like this happen to good people.
Yeah, we always do. Absolutely.
Y'all have a good day and a good week. Chris, you take care. Take care, Fran.
Yes, sir. Sure am.
Y'all continue the good work and keep those cards rolling for Francis, because he's well deserving of any cards and notes that he'd get.
That's right.
Y'all have a good day and a good week.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Couldn't have said it better.
Couldn't have said it better. Well,
Francis needs Francis and cards and
yeah.
a deserving
he just,
soul.
Yes, he
one
is.
exists.
Yes, he is. And also would want to thank the doctors and the nurses up there at Central Southside Community Hospital. They have done a wonderful job trying to figure out what in the world was, wrong with him in the first place. And, for all of their help and their timeliness. It's very difficult these days to, get an appointment in,
Yeah, it is.
As far as immediate is concerned. So we were working on that, and just want to thank all those folks that were able to get us appointments when they could. So we appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, that's always the hardest part. It has been for us, is getting an appointment. But when we moved here, we had our concerns about health care and that type of stuff, and we were extremely excited and happy to have the hospital that we have here.
That's
and the
right.
care that we do have here. But we also found out along the way they don't have a lot of the specialty equipment that is needed to do some of the more sophisticated things. And I also noticed is that every doctor I have ends up leaving, and I don't know if there's a hard, turnover rate here seems really high and it's probably because we're a little town.
Yeah,
hometown. So, but for a little town, we have great service.
that's right. We do, and they're doing the best that they can to, keep those doctors here. So
Amen.
anyway, I do have some. Is it time? It is time. Isn't it?
yeah.
Okay, we'll get to the other news a little bit
You're
later.
going to save that one for us.
Sure.
This edition of The Weather is brought to you by the Bank of Charlotte County. Well. It looks like we're ready for some more weather. What I have on my weather is sunshine all day long as it gets a little bit warmer. This evening, though, the clouds are going to come in, and we have the potential of rain tomorrow. But that rain's not going to be until late in the evening. And we'll have a little bit early on Saturday, but that's going to be it for the rain, which is good. And the weekend's shaping up Sunday to be low of 29 and a high of 47. On Monday, partly cloudy, low of 28, high of 52. On Tuesday, sunny, a low of 28, a high of 58. I think you're getting the pattern here.
Ooh.
Wednesday, 32, high of 62. At least we get into a 60 by the middle of next week. And it does look like we can enjoy the weekend, all right?
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So, the Bank of Charlotte County, with branch locations in Phoenix, Charlotte Courthouse, and their loan office in downtown Farmville, was brought to you the weather.
All right.
Did you get that one? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see what we have now.
Well, we've got birthdays.
I got birthday music coming.
Oh,
right
please,
on my
Maestro.
screen. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. I'm so glad you read those.
Oh.
You just saved me, you know. It's like, I was so terrified of mangling.
Listen, I have butchered names before myself, so don't even worry about it.
And the butchered ones are the ones you remember, so.
Of course.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. All right, well, today is March the 16th, and we have Ray Duty of Dillwyn celebrating a birthday today. We hope Ray has a fantastic day. We
Absolutely.
know he's a dedicated listener. Also, on the 16th, Terry Arvik of Farmville is celebrating. And we also have Donnie Nethery, Logan Brooks, and Alexis Jennings all celebrating a birthday today. No anniversaries to report, so we're going to wish all those fine folks celebrating on the 16th, whether we know it or not. We hope you have a fantastic day today.
Absolutely. And for your right legal advice, visit Terry Atkins Wilkins on Main Street in Farm. I just messed that up.
You did?
I did. I just kind of messed that up. Oh, but that was the birthday calendar, right?
Mm-hmm. That was a birthday calendar.
And Terry Atkins did support them. That was theirs. Oh,
Okay.
perfect. I didn't mess that up at all.
No.
Go, Terry. Oh, it looks like we have a listener coming
better
in.
play the commercial.
There it is. That was Terry Atkins. What's up?
Play your music.
Oh, play the music.
Yep. Birthday music. There we go. And, of course, Terry Atkins Wilson was your sponsor for that birthday calendar. Remember, send those names in to birthdays@wflo.net, or you can mail them in to Heartland Communications. We're at 217 West 3rd Street, Suite 2, Farmville, Virginia, 23901.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Let's see here. I was thinking about something. Oh, yeah, we had a caller calling during the birthdays. And so, yeah, please call back.
Yes,
We'd love to talk to you.
absolutely.
Sorry we didn't get you during that birthday segment. So, again, our line is open, and we are ready to take some calls. You're on the air with WFLO.
Yes, good morning. I'd like to just make a couple comments. I haven't been listening to the show this morning. I've been so busy, but
What?
a couple. I know I shouldn't have said that. Oh,
Well, last thing you should say.
my eyeballs. A couple friends just reached out to me and asked me if I could please call in. Now, I do want to call in at a later date when I can, get my thoughts collected and respond better. But I do know a little bit about what's going on, and I'd just like to make a couple comments. The registrar at the Friday emergency meeting, the electoral board decided not to renew her contract. People in this county are clearly upset. She is stellar, honest, operates with integrity, nonpartisan. The list goes on and on. Here's a fine point that many people might not be aware of. If they were to fire her before her term was up, they have to provide just cause, and they have no just cause. However, if they just decide they're not going to renew her contract, kind of gives them an easy out. Now, some of this you just can't make up.
Right.
I have this on pretty good authority that the electoral board actually believes the registrar that they've just decided isn't qualified enough to be registrar, whose contract they just have decided they're going to terminate. and expect her to train the new person.
Been there.
That's a slap in the
Right.
face.
Okay. The next thing, I have been an officer of election for going on 13 years now.
Thank you.
My officers of election that I serve with are stellar. You've got people that have over 20 years experience being an officer of election. We take an oath. We take our oath very, very seriously. Up until this past November election, nobody cared if you were a Democrat or Republican. You were there to ensure a free, fair election. You knew your job. You performed it to the utmost of your ability. This has only become an issue just in the last couple months. I've lived in Buckingham for over 30 years, and to my knowledge, we have never had a problem at the polls. The elections run smoothly. We have a huge election coming up in November. All of our Board of Supervisors are up for election, the entire school board, and the entire Virginia House of Delegates and the Senate. I talked to many of my fellow officers of election. Now, did I talk to all of them? No, not yet. But right after the November election, I called many of them. Everyone that I talked to said they had never worked an election like the one in November. And the reason was the intimidation of officers of election by some, not all, and I want to make that very clear, by some of the Republican observers. Now, the new electoral board seems to think that, you go to a training session, and they always have training sessions before the election. I don't anticipate any problems for the June primary if there is one. But the November election is going to be huge. And they seem to think, we'll send all these new people through the training, no problem. They'll be chief, assistant chief. I don't believe that. I am very, very concerned about problems at the November election. In no way do I mean to be panicking people and preaching doom and gloom. There's just certain facts. And having been an officer of election for 13 years, when people are going through to vote, you're not going to have a problem there. The problem and the stress comes in when you close the polls. You have to make sure all the paperwork's in the right envelope, it's sealed, it's got the right number of signatures. And it's not always the same year to year. They make different changes, so, you have to be on top of everything. And there's 10 precincts in Buckingham, and these officers of election, they've worked with the same people for 20 years. They're a well-oiled, lean-running machine. They all know their job. They work together. What else did I want to say? I just made some quick notes. I do have serious concerns, and I'm doing my best to stand up to another thing that's happening is at every electoral board we have people spouting the law, and they're getting it 100% wrong. They misrepresent the law, they misstate the law, they misunderstand the law, they conflate the law. And every electoral board, I get up there and I have to refute things they've said from the previous meeting. And and they're always flying the law book and, expounding on how much they know. Well, for somebody that thinks they know so much, what's wrong with that picture? They're constantly getting it wrong. So I've probably droned on too long.
Yeah.
But I am, even with everything I've said, I am very, very hopeful. Here's one other thing. I do believe this current board thinks they've won now. They got done what they were told to do. They got rid of the registrar. Now, they may think they've won. They've won the battle. They have not won the war. And as John Paul Jones said, I have not yet begun to fight. And I am so encouraged by all the good men and women, regardless of their party. This is not a party issue. It is not Democrat or Republican. It's good governance. It's right versus wrong. And every day, more and more people are standing up, and they are going to push back on this behavior. I do have every confidence we will win in the end, but it's going to be ugly to get to that point.
I hear you.
So,
I appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate you expressing the concerns that you have for our community, and we encourage more people to do that. And we encourage both sides of a story to call up and let us know, because that's how we get things done, right? And I really appreciate the nonpartisan piece of this. Thank you.
I just want to say one other thing, because if you live in Buckingham County, you know, there's all these rumors going around. The other side is so upset about all this. They're the ones that are the source of it all. I will tell you, my team and all the people I talk to, all the people that show up at those electoral board meetings, we are committed to taking the high road, because the high road is what works. Now, sometimes people get upset with the decisions the board is making. Yeah, they do, but they're not getting out of control. Nobody's had to be escorted out of the meeting, and the sheriff is there at every meeting. So I clearly want people to know we're taking the high road.
Okay.
We're not undermining anybody. They are doing this to themselves by their actions, but yet they're blaming everybody else. And again, I thank you for your show, for everything you do. We have another electoral board meeting on Monday, and I will call in and give everybody an update on that meeting.
Thank
and
you.
thank you for giving me so much time today.
Yeah, no, appreciate the information and the sentiment and the passion that you have for this topic. So thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Have a great day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, she's right, you know. And this gets people talking. It gets them
Yes,
involved.
Yes.
And it educates them, too, you know.
Exactly.
So-
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
You know,
So
get
that's a
the
good
conversation going, you know,
Yeah.
and don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe, and have patience with everybody else's ideas too. You know, that's the big thing. We all notice it. You know, it doesn't agree with us, so we immediately, push it away. But hey, maybe we can have some patience with each other, and
Yes, of course.
get something done. I'm just talking crazy talk now.
No, I'm not.
You want to take a look at some more national days? These are always fun.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Well, see, we have National Curl Crush Day, whatever that is.
Well, hey, let's look. Let's see where. Oh, look at that little bottle of curling gel.
Uh-huh. Let's see. It empowers everyone to be their own curl crush by loving and showing off their natural, gorgeous curls. I don't have any.
I don't think I do either.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
All right, let's see what we got going here.
Oh, it looks like we have another caller.
WFLO, you're on the air.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
I live in Buckingham County, and I just wanted to say how upset I am about the fact that the election board is not going to rehire the very capable and friendly voter registrar. I think things that are going on in the country, in other states, I believe that the Republican party is trying to control the elections. And one of the things that they want to do is hire someone who will do what they want. And I don't know who's going to train a new registrar. What happens if whoever they hire does not really know what to do because of no experience? This present registrar was trained by the registrar that we had for 28 years, and she was well trained. It's just too bad that it appears that it is totally political.
Yes. Yeah, it's political, and appreciate you calling about this. We just had a caller before you on the same topic. And what it's telling me is that there's a need for people to get out and go to these meetings and then vote the way they need to vote to make it okay with them. And I don't know all the info on this. I am hearing the outcry about it. But I have no idea what the situation is that precipitated this whole action on them. And it is tough when you want to start talking politics, especially on the radio, because we're really neutral, you know, and that's our job and that's our responsibility, is to let people hear. And so I thank you for bringing this up, because this is how awareness happens.
I do want to say that the Republicans that I know really, really want a fair election. Is this Chris?
Yes. No, this is, you're talking to Larry Burr right now, but I'm here.
Oh.
I'm here.
Okay, well, anyway, I hope that we keep an eye on it, and also Buckingham County is very interested in the prospective gold meeting that's going to occur on Monday. At 5 o'clock at the administrative office buildings. Hopefully people will be able to go to that.
Yes.
It's a working session, and some experts have been called to talk to our officials. And thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Have a
good
great day.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you again to the callers. That's what we're here for, and I really do appreciate that.
Numbers are?
The number 434 394? Is it 0924?
0924.
What did I say?
You said O.
Oh, I hate it when I do that.
Yeah, well,
No, but
sometimes people get confused about, but if you're going to...
It's correct. You are correct.
Yeah,
it has irritated me in the past, you know, especially passwords, right? Is that a 0 or no?
That's right.
Don't get me started.
Okay.
There's just things you should never mind.
Okay.
Guess what it is?
All right.
It is National Freedom of Information Day. I'm not really sure what that means. Oh. This is WFLO. You're on the air.
Good morning. Hey, I'll just say what I said at the emergency electoral board meeting about all this. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Amen. I agree with that.
Yep.
Okay. That's it for me.
That's it. All right.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
That is that's what it is. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, you know, I don't know why, but recently I've been thinking about how people get involved and how many people can get involved sometimes.
Even one person, you know, they can change.
Well, I look at it
the course of history.
Well, like your own, like I have a responsibility to make my place better, right? But I have a hard time finding the time and the energy to participate in some of these things when there's so many things to participate in. But a lot of people do. They care.
Yes, they do. They care. And, it's not only for their future.
WFLO, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hello.
It's always so strange switching from hearing you on the air to speaking. So there's a pause there. I wanted to, I'm glad folks spoke up about the electoral board. A lot happening in Buckingham, little old Buckingham. It's seeing a lot of activity. And I wanted to speak about the upcoming, I heard Marie speak about the upcoming Planning Commission work session this Monday. It's supposed to be at 6, but because of the electoral board, maybe it's going to be changed. I'm not sure, 6 or 5. Anyway, it is public. And Marie said that, that they've invited, so the work session is on the directive that the Board of Supervisors handed to them to create a ban on metallic mining.
Yeah.
And we're very concerned because they have invited so-called experts. We're talking industry to the table. And the supervisors have been advised by the county attorney, and rightfully so, he's doing his job, but really has not come up with good answers until, kind of recently. And that is, so the main concern is that we're a Dillon's Rule state and localities are essentially child to the parent, and that they're only allowed to do what the state authorizes them to do. Well, we have already jumped that hurdle, and we have found state statutes that allow localities to ban mining. We're just asking for metallic mining to be banned. But we see really big problems ahead with that, and we wonder if at all, if with industry coming to the table, if there'll be they're certainly not going to approve a ban. And we have been suggesting a rights-based ordinance all along, which is not a ban. It does an end run around that. It asserts that we as a community have the right to protect ourselves, and there's an important piece in it called Prove It First, where any applying industry, before getting a permit, they need to show proof of an existing project of similar scope that has caused no harm to a community. And we got this idea from the state of Wisconsin that had in place for 20 years this law called Prove It First, and it was to prevent copper sulfite mines, which are EPA's top dirty mining industry. And the only way during those 20 years there was not one application, because industry knew they could not they couldn't go up against it. It's not banning them. It's saying, prove it first. So the only way that the copper sulfite mining could happen was for that law to be taken down, and that's exactly what happened with an industry-friendly governor and politicians. So we would like to do it here, and it really should be industry an industry standard. I mean, this planet would be a whole lot healthier if we had this kind of moral compass that didn't just think about jobs, regardless of whether they were dirty or, it's totally myopic and thinking only of the present, because sure, you create jobs, but you kill a lot of people by poisoning them in the long run. Or maybe even the short run. So we shall see. Hopefully, the cream rises to the top, and the rights-based ordinance will be seen for what it is. I think it's a good old boy club, and they don't like hearing from us women, but it's women who are the ones who are speaking. Well. Not always. Speaking for the children and the future, yes, and our communities and our Mother Earth. So anyway, thank you for being there again. And I see you're running out of time here. So, the other thing was that we had hoped that Jordan Miles would be on today, but I thought it was somebody from another county. I saw it on Facebook.
Doug Stanley is going to be in tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think on your Facebook it said today.
Yes, it probably did, and we didn't update it in time.
Oh, I see.
Sorry about that.
Sudden change in plans.
So Jordan Miles, is he not coming on
Oh,
for
no,
Thursday?
he is.
Last week, but he usually comes in. Maybe next week he'll be in.
That's possible.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because we'd like to have him answer things on the air.
Let's hold Jordan accountable,
Yes,
right?
right.
You're on
That's right.
You're on the hot seat, Jordan. It's over now. Well, thank you so much for calling. We do have to go, and we appreciate
Thank you.
everything. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
What a great day. What a great day on Call Flow. I
Yes.
feel like a community radio station. Like we've actually accomplished a service today. Woohoo!
Yay.
Maybe we'll get a raise. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
That's just crazy talk now. Let's see. We have 10 seconds. So that is
10 seconds, really?
your Call Flow
Okay.
show.
Well, everybody have a great remainder of your day. And I'll be talking
Thank
at you on Sunday for my Sunday show, Sunday Morning with Chris, and then next Wednesday as well. Have a great one. 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 Have a great one.